pals, this is Solomon Rambling, and today we are playing The Binding of Isaac. Nothing really fancy for this video. I figured that I still need to brush up on my ability to ad-lib, and I have a fan out there that enjoys watching these videos, and so I figured for him I could do some of my practice while playing this. Now I am green for some reason. I do not know why that's the case. I chose a daily because I still need to unlock Broken Modem. That's an item I think that you need 30 wins on a daily. I think it's a little excessive, but you know what? Whatever they want to do to make their game fun in their eyes. So, yeah, we had to go all the way to Mega Saiyan. So this may be a long video. I'm going to try to make it relatively short. We got some really good items to start off with, and I do enjoy playing as Cain. Binding of Isaac was basically the game that I really tried to start practicing, doing all the voice work and videos and all that fun stuff. And again, I tried to do it in the vein of Northern Lion because he was one of the big YouTubers I watched at first. So everything's really strong right now, which is awesome. I may go back for those coins if I want to try to get an arcade for the next floor. But watching him play was a learning experience, seeing how he is able to weave these really good stories as he's played in multitask. That's something that I want to emulate in the future. Again, this is not something that I am able to do myself. One of the things I think he's very good at is finding a game that fits his personality and sticking with it. Oh yeah, we're definitely going back for the coins. The golden bombs are broken as heck. I love them. Let's make some money. So he's not necessarily an idol as much as he is a marker of good YouTubing, at least in my mind. And so if I could even get to slightly his level, I think that's a win. I don't see any coins. Oh, all you pots suck. And I think this format is a pretty good one to use. I'm talking about roguelites, the type of game where when you lose all your progress and you're sent back to the beginning, and each level is different. A lot of them are randomized. I think almost all of them are randomized. And it's really... Ooh, paralysis, good item. It's really become a phenomenon, at least within these last few years, to churn out these roguelites. I don't know where the case is. I think it's a selling point to say there's a lot of replayability because there's so much variety and interactions between the game's contents. And we've seen some pretty good renditions out there. I'm not a huge roguelite fan. I've loved Isaac because of its combinations, how all the items together can create something really wacky. But I haven't quite found a game that I enjoy as much. I'm playing Enter the Gungeon right now, and Enter the Gungeon is a solid game. It hasn't quite tickled my funny bone, if you want to call it that, as a game that I really enjoy. Those first few levels I like. I think it's a bit unfairly difficult, and yeah, you could definitely call me a little wuss right there, because yeah, I'm calling it out as saying I think it could be made a little bit easier, and as such it'd be more enjoyable. I've put in, I think, about 20 hours into the game so far, and it's hard to recall where I was when I was playing Isaac and how good I was at 20 hours. I think at that point I had gone to the point where I could go all the way to Isaac or Blue Baby, but then again, I don't know for sure. There was a long time where I could barely even get to Mom. And so that's where I'm wondering if I'm giving Enter the Gungeon a hard time, because I really haven't put the time and energy to truly mastering it. I've just kind of complained all the time. Whew. All these items are a great start. Hopefully we can actually do this and wrap this up within a feasible amount of time. I'm not going to go for Boss Rush or Hush. Those are things that a lot of other people do when they're trying to chase high scores. That is not my goal right here. As you can see, I've already taken quite a bit of damage, so I'm not going to get anywhere near the top rankings. And so those people who have them, good for you. I am proud of your ability to play this game. No. I'm proud of your ability to play this game well, and maybe one of these days I can rival you, but Isaac has lost a lot of its luster since I started playing it. I still absolutely adore it, and it is the game that I feel most comfortable talking over all the same. Let's see. One of the things I was probably going to talk about too is the differences between Afterbirth and Rebirth. Holy cow, this run likes me. This is a nice run. And this is a nice run because most of the items I'm getting are from Rebirth. But I figured at this point in the area of what was Rebirth, what was not Rebirth. Stupid, I'm going to refrain from pointing out what I think is bad. Because, you know, if you don't try, you can't fail. So, there we go. Good motto to start us off today. But yeah, I've been trying to find a game that could replicate Binding of Isaac, but there hasn't quite been something like it. Ziggurat, which was on the Wii U, was a solid game, if poorly rendered. I hear that there was performance issues no matter where the game came out. There was a lot of slowdown in the game, and it didn't have as much variety as this game or Enter the Gungeon, but I thought it was worthwhile for the most part. Let's go for Angel Deals, because that's more fun. And I have a high Angel chance, so let's go for that. When Tumbleseed came out, I was actually very much looking forward to that game. It was colorful, it was vibrant, and it was one of those first games that was like billed as a Switch sorta exclusive. It was coming out on Steam at the same time, but it wasn't going to be on other consoles, at least for a little while. I want to like that game a lot more than I actually do. There's a lot of heart that went into it, and the developers worked really hard to make the game better once they released. They heard people's feedback, and they released a content expansion that made the game a bit easier and a bit more manageable for new players. It just, the basic concept, the way you play the game is you controlled a seed that its movements were based on a tilting system, similar to Super Monkey Ball. It's based on some type of arcade game that I can't remember right now what it was called. But basically, you have a level playing field, and based on if you tilt it to the left or right, that's where your character will go as well. It's not a very precise control scheme. If you work at it, you can get a little more control over it, but the game overwhelms you with enemies pretty darn quickly. And so it got to be the point where you didn't really want to devote all the time and effort to improve your abilities, and so a lot of people played it for maybe 30 minutes to an hour, felt it was extremely difficult, and gave up. Even with the new update, that's still a problem that I noticed, and there wasn't enough variety to the power-ups to make it feel like it really mattered, that your playthroughs were really that different. At least that's how I felt it was. I felt like a lot of the skills could be very useful, and once you got a hang of the mechanics, you realized the worth of picking up some items instead of using your core set, but it still wasn't enough to keep me interested longer than some like pre-made levels they have where it was the same every time. The thought of having to go against a new level each time with new enemies and not being able to know what you're coming up against was too much for me, and I wussied out. I can go back and do all the fun stuff, but again, I don't want this video to move on to an hour length. I can certainly talk for that long, but that's when the rambling gets just a little boring at that point. Ah, son of a... Oh! Awful room. Terrible. That was my reward for it. Tears up. Okay. I can accept that. Ooh, Demon Beggar. Arcades are one of my favorite parts of the Binding of Isaac. I love the blood bank. I used to think it was awful. Why the hell would you give up your red hearts? But eventually, once you get the mechanics down, you're not as worried about how many hearts you have. Like, as we see here, I'm going to go gung-ho on that. Because if you're going to use it to the best of your ability and get that super meat boy. And the bomb beggars I like too. It's a little strange to me that he just coughs up bombs typically. Like right now he's not. He's being a stingy asshole. Oh, there we go. See, he heard me. He listened to feedback too. So yeah, arcades are awesome. Luck pen. Oh, you awful person. Luck pennies are amazing to me. I think that is one of the best add-ons with Afterbirth. And holy cow, is my luck at 19? What happened to do that? I'm gonna have to go back and watch when that happened. I have no more bombs! You asshat. Thank you. Let's keep this train going. Take some more. Well, that was a waste. Ace of Hearts. I'll come and blow you guys up later. Yeah, I do not understand why I'm so damn lucky. Was that how it was? Because I started off super green. Maybe that's what it was. If that's what it was, this is the best daily in the world, and I'm just an idiot for not noticing it till this point. Okay, so no wonder this... Oh, it took me that long. This is a St. Patty's Day one, so of course we're... Oh, man. Okay, so this is Solomon Rambling being an idiot. I am a very experienced YouTuber and Isaac person. And you know what? It was just a test. It was a test to see how fast you guys could figure out that it was a St. Patrick's Day run. Hey, now you guys know when I actually played the game. So, fun little tidbit for everybody. I do like these concepts of these themed runs. They can make these occasions very festive, except when they have, like, was it National Poop Day or Toilet Day, where they gave you 3 awful items, like, I think it was Flush and number 2, but they didn't give you any upgrade rooms. It was just a terrible, terrible run. But this one's solid. I enjoy it. Take that heart. We're making good time. Theoretically, we could do boss rush if we wanted to. I'm not, but that is in the cards if we want to. Get some extra items. Maybe if we get a teleport card, we can do that and have a good time. This run has skewed more towards Afterbirth items lately, with the exception of the Meat Boy item, which name eludes me right now. All the other items I've gotten have been pretty crap, so not too excited about that stuff. Shop. Blank card. I like it, but that's the type of run that takes an hour and a half if you try to go down that rabbit hole, so we're going to skip that. Gertie, classic, used to be one of the most frightening bosses because he was huge and there was enemies everywhere. And I was going to say now I don't take that much damage, but I've been proven wrong right there. So this is the floor where Solomon just looks like an idiot. So, but hey, we got Angel Room with an okay item. I don't really enjoy Immaculate Conception, especially as I have only 1 heart. So I don't know how much benefit we're going to get from that. But, you know, it's there. We got a lot of fun stuff going. I wish the familiars were a little more proactive, at least Shade. But you know what? He's occasionally getting damage in. And Super Meat Boy, when he's not having issues locating the enemy, can be very helpful. Knights in general are annoying creatures, not as bad as the masks and the hearts, but we'll make do. You got it, buddy. I believe in you. You hit him once. You're going to do that again? Good job. Teamwork right there. That was a team effort. I am proud of your guys' work. Well, that room got me a penny. We'll be optimistic. I promise. So yeah. Learning to be able to speak throughout the duration of a video is pretty darn difficult. Trying to figure out whatever topic you want to reach while still being funny, while still being interesting, is a massive undertaking. Oh, jeez. Okay. Hey, it was all worth it. I got Dead Bird. That's going to win the game for me. If we look at Northern Lion, he makes it off of being zany. And even though people make fun of him for having Northern Lion luck, or maybe not even necessarily being good, he has that skill to do the weirder runs. And maybe he's not one that does streaks, but he has some ability. I don't want to gush over him this entire time, but he is certainly an influence of figuring out how to do these videos. Okay. Yeah, luck is amazing. It's going to be super awesome if I go the chest or the dark. I'm going to get treasure chest left and right, hopefully. That means a lot of items. But theoretically, you lose a lot of points if you take too many items, so we'll see what we're doing. And we'll see how much stamina I have at this point. We're only about 14 minutes in the run, and I already feel... Oh, lordy. Oh, okay. Well, let's let's do everything. You know what? Let's do boss rush. Let's do the hush. You know, we're just gonna have a good time. Let's have an overpowered run, people. My shot speed is crap, but I have everything in the world. This is like starting off rich and getting richer by winning the lotto, and then shitting on all the poor people because I'm awful. I don't know if that metaphor made sense, but this is an unedited video, so we gotta accept that like a parking ticket even if we don't like it. God's flesh, let's grab that fun stuff. Hey, this is a very religious run. I didn't know St. Patrick was that religious. I'm surprised there's no more snake-themed item. Patrick's Day? That could have been it. Patrick's Day while playing a St. Patrick's Day themed level. That is what all the fans are asking for at this point. Some deep crap right there. Let's blow you up, increase our chances, get some pennies, and move on with life. Okay, there we go. Going back to roguelites, one of the games I have been looking forward to is Crypt of the Necrodancer. I heard that's been getting pretty darn good reviews. It's already out right now, but with Enter the Gungeon, I'm not quite ready to have two roguelites that are on my list of games I need to finish. I still have Skyrim that I've put about, I think, 60 hours in right now, and I figure I have another 40 before I can call it good that I've beaten the game. Again, this is all arbitrary stuff. I'm a man of several arbitrary limits because I like constraining myself. Okay, I got all the good stuff that I want on this. Hey, you try to sneak away. And so I've made a concept that I can only have 5 games at any one time that I haven't beaten. And so it's my little way of making sure I enjoy the games I have without creating a long list of games that still need to be beaten. Let's go for pop. Let's see. Okay, so 16 seconds. Let's see how long this is going to take me. I figure my bet, 2 minutes. 2 minutes, that's what we're going to do. And we also want to survive this run. Holy cow, if I lose this, I'm going to have to just give up entirely. No more Solomon Rambling. Solomon Rambling shutters its doors. And that'll be the end of it. Oh, get away from me. Okay, there we go. We're back in action. Ooh, yes. So yeah, back to Skyrim. That game is massive, a lot of redundancy. But I do want to get an experience for the full game of people who actually would play it. Like, I'm a type of person that I enjoy it enough that I would play 100 hours of it. And to me, in reality, the only things I really want to finish is the Dragonborn quest and the Civil War quest. The rest is just icing on the cake. I do want to get it because it does enhance your levels, and it's a fun experience. Let's complete the heart. Yeah, we'll get another super meat board. And so, it's a little tedious right now, but it's worthwhile. I don't know if I'm going to do all the DLC content, just because I may get into the 150 hours, and I don't really know if I'm that devoted to completing it, but we'll see. Things can change. The other game that I'm playing a lot of right now is Payday 2. Playing that with my friends online, and it's been a fun experience. It is definitely not one of the games that I've been wowed by. I think the best online game right now that I've been playing is either Doom or Rocket League. Those games are solid. However, with Doom, the problem we're seeing right there is the recent update really screwed up some of the connections. And so now lobbies will kind of freeze and not start a game, and that really sucks. I don't know if that's due to my own internet connection. I want to pretend that it's not, because that means I have to get better internet, and that sucks. but I think it's something with the Doom because I didn't have any issues with it beforehand. And then Rocket League is just amazing. It takes a lot of skill, and I absolutely suck at it, but at least I can suck with other people online as well. That is probably not appropriate to say, but you know what? Innuendos is what I have to make this funny. So 2 minutes was a lie. We're over that. Oh, 2 minutes and 30 seconds though. It was close. 30 seconds is close enough for me to say that I am a psychic. 18 minutes and I've hit a wall. I've discussed a lot of things. I've killed a lot of enemies. And I have talked about 50% of the time about Isaac. So initial goals not met. Let's talk Isaac things. There's a chest, there's pennies, and there's keys. It is interesting how pennies are... No, I'm not going to do this. I thought that was a funny joke, but then I started talking about it and then I realized the error of my ways. I do have to say, it is somewhat relaxing to play on normal mode instead of hard mode. I am not going to say I'm super skilled and that I can only play hard mode, but once you get into the habit of playing hard mode, you kind of forget that there is a normal mode. And that's why dailies are nice, is because it does change up the action. I don't necessarily play Kane all the time, and this is an opportunity when I have to play as Kane. I hate you. I may take that for flight. Let's see what the angel has to offer. Jack crap. So flight or cue me flight. You know what? Why not? We're gonna do that. It's probably a bad decision, but lay witness to my bad decision. We'll talk about it later. But what I was going to mention with Isaac is that its drops, I think, are fair, even on hard. That with your luck stat, you have a good opportunity to get items, almost multiple items every floor. Sometimes the RNG hates you and you get nothing. But compare this to Enter the Gungeon, where items are so damn scarce. I get a health upgrade, and if I lose that health, I am not confident that I'm necessarily going to get it back over the course of the game. I can buy items from the shop to replenish my health, and there is theoretically a luck stat upgrade in the game, which is coolness, but there's not a lot of items that necessarily provide that luck up. That's what I find necessarily the difference between Isaac and Enter the Gungeon is Isaac is really based on its passives, whereas Enter Gungeon, again, has passives in it. So these are items that augment how you're able to shoot and how you play. So like Pop gives me these tiers that can bounce off of each other. Enter the Gungeon is more focused on the guns it can give you. So I can probably only grab one. Yeah, so we'll do Eden Soul. Go down there. We'll see. Oh, can I beat Hush? Am I going to wuss out? I don't want to die. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. I'm going to die. Let's do it. But yeah, Enter the Gungeon has these guns that you can use, and that's what makes the game exciting, is you use these different guns that have some wacky abilities. But one of the problems is if you don't get ammo, you're not necessarily going to be able to use these guns for prolonged periods of time. Again, I'm not far into the game enough to really know the best way to play. I forget if that's the good one. I think that's a really crappy one. I think that's the one that makes me shoot constantly. I don't want to grab that. We'll take Charm Tears, because that's super powerful. And so that's one gripe I have with Gungeon. The other gripe I have is that the enemies are super tanky at times, especially the bosses. Isaac has recently had an issue with that with the expansion. So like, speak of the devil, you have the Hush, who is notorious for taking a long time. You have Delirium. All these characters that have boss armor can just be a chore to deal with. Okay, I was hoping for more than just one soul heart, but we could do this. And so that's why I don't enjoy them as much, because I have this super powerful run, but it's not going to matter much against Hush, because he will adapt to how much damage I do and adjust his health accordingly. Of course, at a certain point, he still takes a lot of damage, but one of the joys of this game is you get all these items and you get super powerful so that when you get to the lamb or you get to blue baby at the end, you destroy him in one shot. Again, that doesn't have a lot of difficulty to it, but the point was you kind of proved your ability through all the earlier levels. You got to the point that you got all these upgrades, a lot of them being devil deals where you had to make sure you didn't take any damage, and so you're rewarded for your good work. And to have a boss like this, which is like you're gonna suffer no matter what, kind of sucks. And yeah, the Hush has other issues with it that are not necessarily just due to his health. He has some moves that are hard to telegraph, or no, he telegraphs across it, and it's hard to see where they're going. And like he does this stupid thing where you just wait and do nothing. Okay, there you go. Thank you for joining. I love to play this game instead of biding my time. Delirium is worse because, yeah, he teleports across the room, you don't know where he's going to be, and you're going to face a lot of fun stuff trying to dodge whatever he has at you. This is the other attack that I think is bullcrap, because it's really hard to figure out where these shots are going to go, so you hope you just land it in a spot where you're not going to get hit. Proving my theory, we got this, and this is one of his main attacks, so it's super annoying that this is the case. Okay, now you're going to do it again. Am I even hitting you? I'm not. Okay, so that was my fault. Solomon, focus. Okay. And here's another thing. So theoretically, it's like you have to show practice by being able to dodge, and this is one where if you don't have enough speed, you're screwed no matter what. Hush was something that, having the Wii U, I knew that this was coming because I wasn't able to play it myself for the longest time, and seeing Hush, it was like, oh no, this is one thing I'm not going to enjoy, especially with characters like the Lost or the Keeper, where you have to be perfect or you're going to lose the entire run. But we killed him. I am super duper proud of myself. I could go to Delirium, but that sounds like an awful idea. So, back on track. This is extremely fast run, which is exciting. I thought this was going to be an hour-long run, but I've been proven wrong. So, and I don't think we're going to stay too much time when we get to the dark. I could go to every room, and the likelihood of me getting a lot of upgrades is there. But since I'm already super overpowered, I don't really see the need to do it other than me showboating. Maybe I get to a very intense discussion, but I doubt that's going to happen. No, those are awful. I don't even want to touch them. If I was Noran Lion, I would take Tiny Planet. But with my shot speed as it is, and with Protopsis, I think that would be horrendous. So, I'm going to play it safe, or play it like a wuss, but that's okay by me. We're going to get this win. I'm going to get that much closer to Broken Modem, and that much closer to finally 1001%ing the game. So that way I can post it on Reddit, and people can give me a few upvotes, and I can be happy with myself, even though that post has been posted 50 bazillion times. I just got to make sure that I've said, after 400 hours of play, I finally did it. I'm not salty. I'm just saying it like it is, people. Now I gotta be nice and friendly and make sure I live. Because if I post this and then I die and I don't get Broken Modem, that's my fault.
Tears.
Hey, why don't I get 5? That was a tears up. Okay. Of course. It's in the last area I looked. Yeah, you get winded talking this much. More luck up, yeah. This one? No, that one's not the good one. That one just gets me like hearts, I think. Maybe. I don't know. I should probably pick it up. Yeah, we're going to pick it up just in case. That's a pill. It's a health up. Look at that. I got so much health now. Okay, drips of blood. It does something. This was the first game I really just had to watch the wiki. I went for the longest time trying to pretend I didn't need it. And then after a while, there was just so many items, I still didn't know what they did. that I gave up, and now I'm a true believer in that wiki. It's one of the best wikis I've seen out there. There's a lot of games that don't have in-depth detail like this one does, just because the Isaac community is so fanatical at times. Oh yeah, I dodged that like a champ. It is exciting to have a fan base that's this into the game, especially when there won't be any big expansions. It remains to be seen how the community will continue to live once the last booster pack releases, but if I had to guess, I think this game has quite a few years ahead of it, even if the community will die down considerably. Horf and paralysis. You know what? Let's bring that in. That may help us. There's nothing like being able to fight, flight, and freeze, and I need ability to freeze, because I have the other two. Now, Mega Saiyan used to be... The thought of fighting him was really scary, just because he is so intense, and he is the final boss, and you had to do so much in order to access him. And I remember reading the wiki, all the things you had to do in order to fight him, and thinking, oh, there's no way that I can beat him. But that's something that's really cool about Isaac, is that the game is extremely hard, and you keep thinking, oh, I can get to Mom, but there's no way I can beat Mom's heart. Oh, I can beat Mom's heart, but there's no way I can get to the chest or whatever. There's no way I can beat them with the Lost. But the game gradually helps you improve, and it does take a lot of time, and there's some really cheap runs that you get nothing but crap. But with enough patience and effort, you really can make this work, and that's something that I appreciate about the game, is you don't necessarily notice it. One day you're playing the Lost, and you're just doing it because you want to try it out. Paralysis. And go. But then you actually win. It's surprising, it's exciting. For me, I beat it with Rebirth Lost, and that was one hell of a weekend, because I got all of his achievements in the span of 2 days, when I thought, oh, there's absolutely no way. But I dedicated enough time, and I can toot my horn now. Okay, slowing that down was not necessarily the best move, but we'll be patient and get rid of you. Yep, that's one run, people. That is exciting. We get this. Do we get the broken modem? We'll see. And what place do we... Holy cow. Really? I got 30th? Oh man, my ego's gonna grow. I'm so special. But that person got a crap ton more points than me, I think. Oh? Oh. I'm envious. But I am proud of myself. Broken modem? No. Okay, well, thank you for watching with me as I stumbled through that and tried to figure out what the heck I was actually playing. And this probably will be my last Isaac video, hopefully, as I move on to other stuff. But if you have any comments, let me know. Any way I could improve the way I speaketh, tell me. And, well, bye.